Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Gus Sorrell.
I'm Adam Ellis.
Yes, this worked out well. Happy holidays. Sadly, the Wii U is no longer with us. Oh.
Well, almost. Nintendo said recently that it will slow production of the Wii U as the company prepares for the launch of the new tablety. Please buy this. We're begging you, Nintendo Switch in March.
Please, please, please.
Now, normally, the end of a console's life cycle means that developers have figured out how to squeeze every last drop out of the hardware and are busting out some amazing games. But this is Nintendo, so not so much.
Unfortunately. But that doesn't mean there aren't still some really awesome hidden gems for Wii U. Because there are, and some of them aren't even made by Nintendo. And I know we can't believe it either, but there you are.
Still, if you got a Wii U for the holidays, or you're thinking about grabbing one for cheap before the Switch drops, this guide is for you.
Yeah, so here's a list of all the top undiscovered gems for the Wii U. Well, some of them are discovered, some of them aren't. It depends on where you've been. You won't find Mario Kart 8 or Splatoon or Super Mario 3D World here because we're going to assume that pretty much everyone who has a Wii U has all those.
These aren't necessarily perfect games. Some definitely have their flaws, but we think they're worth checking out.
Who says the Wii U only has kid stuff? Well, they're mostly right, but Bayonetta 2 is an exception.
Oh, Bayonetta
Love
2.
Bayonetta.
You play as a gun-wielding witch in fetish wear, whose clothes are sometimes made out of hair, fighting all manner of demons as you try to rescue a friend from hell. Sometimes you get naked while your hair turns into a dragon and eats people. Of course. Mostly the game feels like the designers of Final Fantasy stayed up all night doing meth at a strip club. And it's what the game kind of plays like. This is one of our favorite games back in 2014, and it's still worth your time.
Affordable space adventure. This is a great co-op puzzle game where you and up to 2 friends work together to pilot your spaceship and explore a planet. It's got an evil sense of humor and makes good use of the Wii U's gamepad. And how many games can you say that for?
Not a whole lot, unfortunately. So when you find one, it's worth checking out.
Rayman Legends. This was originally an exclusive, and we still think it's the definitive version. Rayman's platforming is some of the best on the Wii U, and that's saying something when you're talking about Mario's home console. These are seriously some of the best levels we've ever played, and there are a ton of characters to choose from. And the integration of the gamepad actually makes the stages more fun. Imagine that.
You're right, it's probably almost like Nintendo's vision. I still feel bad about the gamepad. I actually like the gamepad. It's not high resolution, it's not super sensitive, and good lord does it die quickly. Also, for whatever reason, the way I had it set up, it would disconnect all the time.
Damn.
Still liked it. Go figure. Lego City Undercover is another one. I know it's a Lego game, and for whatever reason, those get a bad rap, even though most of the Lego games have been pretty spectacular. But Undercover totally flew beneath the radar. It's basically a spoof of cop shows, and it combines classic Lego gameplay with some really smart humor. You probably missed it, and a remastered one is coming to current-gen consoles next year, but if you don't want to wait, you can play it on the Wii U.
Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Monster Hunter can be an intimidating franchise to get into with all of its grinding, but don't let that scare you away from the fantastic Wii U version. This is probably the best online game for the Wii U, but the big attraction to us is the multiplayer. If you've got this for the 3DS, this is a blast with friends. There's even some free DLC that Capcom gave out, which is always nice.
Yeah, it's especially nice because there aren't a lot of multiplayer games for Wii U. Obviously, there's Splatoon, and as we mentioned, you've probably already got and played that, but if you've got a Wii U and you'd like to play something with other people and they're not here right now, that's a good one. Wonderful 101 is another good game. It was kind of controversial when it came out because it takes some time to learn the mechanics, and that's because you have to draw on the gamepad to attack enemies, which sort of is weird to start out with. But if you like action games and are willing to handle a steep learning curve, Wonderful 101 is a real treat, especially if you love superheroes. Lots of them. Lots and lots of superheroes. And honestly, so do movie theaters right now. Everything's about superheroes. So maybe if you weren't into it before, you will be now.
Maybe.
You can't help but like superheroes. Or you really, really hate them and now you're into supervillains.
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors. If you've ever played a Dynasty Warriors game, this is the same genre just thrown into the Legend of Zelda universe. Not that that's a bad thing.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. You can lose boatloads of hours in this game as you hack and slash your way through hordes of bad guys. There's also lots of different characters to choose from and a really fun co-op mode.
Yeah, the characters, I think, is one of the highlights of that. Is there's so many different characters that you can play as, and like all the scenarios it takes you through. And a lot of times in Zelda games, you're used to fighting one enemy at a time, or 2 or a couple. But this is hordes of enemies, and it's really fun to see what they did with that. There's also Xenoblade Chronicles X. If you like JRPGs, then you've probably already played this. If you haven't, you should just stop watching this right now and pick it up. First watch the rest of this video, support our sponsors, etc., 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 and then go do that. It's a beautiful open world game with a combat system that rewards innovation and a main storyline that will last you at least 70 hours. So even if you subscribe to the school of $1 1 hour, then this will still make you happy. There's literally nothing not to like here, unless you hate fun. I mean, or if you just hate the Wii U in general. It's rumored to be coming to the Switch next year, but if you want to be on the safe side, get it for the Wii U.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This may be the best game ever for the Wii U. If you're a fan of Donkey Kong Country back in the SNES days, you'll feel right at home here.
I mean, honestly, who wasn't? Like, I didn't
great
have my
games.
own SNES. My friend's brother did, and so we spent basically all of our time in his bedroom playing his games. He was not happy about it, but we had a wonderful time.
Nice. Donkey and Diddy Kong are back, along with all their family members, for some platforming goodness. Developer Retro Studios brought an insane amount of polish to this game. The levels are often brilliant, all of which combine to make this one of the best reasons to own a Wii U.
Or, just saying, there's also Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. One of my favorite games, honestly. If you're a fan of like Metroidvania games, then you will really like it. It's an awesome side scroller that draws inspiration from traditional Mexican culture and then turns it up to 11, and it's just like really crazy and cartoony and fun. Look, IGN gave the game a 9. I gave it an 11 out of 10. Their criticism was that the game was too short. That wasn't the thing that I noticed, but that might just be because I had to redo a lot of stuff a lot of times because I kind of suck at it. But it didn't stop me from having fun. I got 100% of the achievements on it, and that's how you know it's worth playing.
Need for Speed Most Wanted U. Some people say this is the best racing game ever. It's got super duper fast speeds, great physics, and over 100 cars to collect. This one is just a really fun open world racer that was overlooked because it was on the Wii U.
Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Ninja Gaiden has been around since the original NES. This one still brings the bloody, slashy goodness. While the action has been overshadowed by games like Bayonetta 2, this one is still worth a play. It's also got online multiplayer where you can create your own ninja, but it's on the Wii U, so it's a little, barren out there. On the plus side, if you've ever wanted to be a lonely ninja, hey, go for it. Now's your chance.
What kind of ninja would you like to be? The lonely kind. Let's see, what else? What are other games?
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
There we go. That's
Disappointed it's not on the list. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker
Well, it's on your
bought
list.
a Wii U just to play Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Fantastic game. Should absolutely play it.
Look, if Gus is gonna buy an entire console for one game, that's gotta give it a lot of weight because Gus hates everything.
Yeah, it's what finally pushed me over the edge to pick up the Wii U. It was the first game I was really excited for. And of course, I played a bunch of these other games. I played Splatoon. I played the hell out of Splatoon.
Splatoon is probably my favorite Wii U game.
Yeah, so Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. It's a fun, little puzzle game. It was a decent length. I was really happy with that game.
Yeah, so what are your favorite hidden gem Wii U games? Let us know in the comments section, and then if you are looking for more recommendations, check the comments section. We'll have more of these videos hitting throughout the holidays, so if you want to see them all, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the Know.